Amidst the well-deserved hype train Freerun caused, a lot of other shows went by unnoticed. Some trash, some mediocre, but one in particular stood out to me. Pluto, based on Osamu Tezuka's Atom Boy, takes on the vivid world inhabiting humans and robots alike and reimagines the premise through a mature lens to please us hungry seinen fans. I initially discovered this murder mystery in its manga form, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, so much so that I even bought its first volume. It follows Gesek, one of the world's 7 most advanced robots who works for Europol as a detective and has on his hands a mysterious case battling the potential involvement of a robot perpetrator. And since robots are designed to do the exact opposite of murdering humans, it results in a heart-racing mystery with a lot at stake. What infatuated me to begin with, though, is a short side story which plays into the main storyline at the beginning of the manga of how North Number 2, one of the 7 most advanced robots with a military background, is assigned as a butler to a grumpy, world-famous music composer who doesn't particularly fancy these so-called machines. Assuming y'all don't know the ABCs of writing a good story,
let me put it in a language you can understand.
Nah, I'm just playing. The very basis of a compelling situation is you take characters with opposing ideologies and throw them in a difficult situation. This 3-chapter heartthrob that Naoki Urasawa cooked is on the very basis of the same. It opens up with Paul Duncan, a blind, world-renowned music composer playing a beautiful piece on his grand piano, alone in a sea of advanced musical instruments. And after reading through the entire short story, it's easy to say that he's a firm believer of anything electronic being fake, including robots. In multiple instances, he hard-headedly insults North for the lack of human touch in his duties. He describes his name dull, his tea bland, and his food tasteless. And North just listens and apologizes for it each time. He can't say anything back to Paul. He's a robot, and robots serve humans. The power dynamic between the two was clear from the start. Blatantly ironic though, since Paul is a feeble old man and North is the war veteran. And as the story progresses, we find out more about Paul's past. We see him suffer from a nightmare every night, and it's later revealed that it's because his mother abandoned him as a child, which explains his cold and ignorant demeanor towards not only North, but other humans too. It might also be the reason why he chooses to live alone in a mansion in the middle of nowhere, away from everyone else. The story is ultimately set up so we learn more about North from the lens of Paul Duncan. How we slowly find out that maybe robots are more than just machines. How North never wants to return to the battlefield again, and the weight of guilt he carries for destroying as many of his own as he did. The closer a robot is to being perfect, the closer it is to being human. And hence, maybe a robot can also want to learn how to play the piano, and also maybe help you learn to love yourself again. It is a delicate tale about how an abandoned old man grows to understand that maybe robots aren't just machines, but they can be more human than one might initially think. You see, good storytelling doesn't require to have a complex plot with a million complex side stories that tie into each other. Not at all. All while creations like Attack on Titan exploit the very basis of complexity, it acts as an outlier in a realm of tales with plot holes and unexplainable plot progressions. Naoki Urasawa understands this very well. This short 3-chapter segment about North Number 2 showcases the brilliance of simple but effective storytelling. Watching the manga panels come to life ascended the level of fascination I had not only for this short segment, but the whole story. The stunning sunset imagery, paired with the soothing notes of the piano and lingering character motivations, made me feel things a story hasn't made me feel in a good while. I mean, just take a listen to this piece. I tried to keep it concise and not reveal too much because I want you to go ahead and read it yourself. If not the entire murder mystery, at least the 3-chapter long melodrama. I'll link a website or two you can read from down below. Remember to use an ad blocker though, or else.